Hey, what's up, guys? So Jake Paul has some more people that's mad at him. Kamaru Usman's one of those people. It all started when Jake Paul started beefing with Daniel Cormier. The beef really started when Daniel Cormier said this after Jake Paul knocked out Ben Askren. He said, "I mean, the way this dude talked to T. Wood makes my skin crawl. All these kids are going to get taught a lesson, I swear. And I can't wait for it. Leon Love, you can't fight. Better respect dudes like T. Woodley before he puts hands on you. He ain't been." Then Jake Paul replied saying, "Okay, fat boy, so me versus you and Jay versus T." And you may be wondering who Jay Leon Love is. Well, I googled him up and it says he's an American professional boxer in the super middleweight division. And he's part of Jake Paul's entourage. And he kind of got into it with T. Woodley, and that's what Daniel Cormier was talking about.
You don't know about no boxing gloves. You don't know about no boxing gloves, man. You don't know about no gloves, man. You know everything like you know about these, man. You don't know about these guys. You know I can fight, though.
Go for the clout.
I ain't never doing it for the clout.
Chasing.
I do this.
Chasing.
I do this.
Chasing.
I do this, champ.
I got my belts. It's my dog day.
That's cool. But you don't know about these, though. You don't know about these, though, young blood.
You trying to amp himself up into one?
No, I'm just saying. Who, me? Never. Come on, man. You can't with me any day of the week. Never.
What's your name again?
Jay Leon Love.
Jay Leon Love.
Yeah. Signed to Al Heyman.
Oh, cool.
Been a champ already. Did that. I got my belts too, champ.
I'm already Hall of Fame, bro.
That's cool. That's good. You still can't with me.
All right, my man.
If we talking about that.
Ain't no money behind you, bro.
Ain't no money behind you. Your just went down, didn't it?
Ain't no money behind you.
Did your stock just go down?
My stock still down.
Your stock ain't there, bro.
My stock still down. And I got five world. And I got 5 world titles.
You don't know about these.
I got 5 world titles.
You don't know about these, young champ.
I got 5 world titles.
Young champ, you don't know about these. All right, you don't know about these.
I got 5 world titles. That's all I gotta say.
If you think he'll win, let's bet.
I know he gonna win. That's all.
Let's bet.
Okay, so let's make a bet. How much you putting up? We'll match it. We'll match whatever number you want. Gentlemen's bet.
I need to focus on the fight.
We are.
I don't play. Number one, I don't play games. That's what
Sounds like you're playing right now.
I don't play games. I don't play games.
Playing.
If you really know how I get down, you know I don't play games.
Oh, you know I really get down too.
Well, you just said your boy's gonna win, but you won't bet on it.
I was verified before fighting, so that's what y'all need to recognize.
Oh, I mean, we in the same field, baby. We do this. We do this. You know that. We in the same field, baby.
Squeeze it right here. See.
You ain't saying nothing but a word. You feel me? I'm just saying, you ain't saying nothing but a word.
Daniel Cormier was not liking how Jake Paul's team was talking to T. Woodley, and Jake Paul was at UFC 261. Daniel Cormier came up to him and let him know what was on his mind.
The seats, and of course I'm sitting like directly behind the commentator's booth, and the crowd like sees me, starts chanting Jake Paul, Jake Paul, and DC turns around and like sees me, and he's like staring like right at me, like looking like he's like pissed off, and he like mouths something to me, and I'm just like looking at him like, okay, cool, like whatever. And then there's like a break after the fight, and I see him like take his headphones off and come like charging at me, like fast paced walk. And like before he gets face to face with me, he's like, "This isn't a game. This isn't a game. You better not disrespect me. You better not disrespect me or I'm going to punk you. Keep my name out of your mouth." And I think his goal was to like scare me or intimidate me. You know, he came up, you know, all macho and like fast and violently and like put his finger like right in his face, and I was just like, okay, guy, like you're not scary, you're 5'8" and chunky boy. And I think when he realized like, bro, I'm not intimidated by you at all, like we can run it right now, like if you want to do some like do it right now. And I basically said, my immediate response was, you put my name into your mouth first, which is a fact. So for him to come up to me and be like, keep my name out of your mouth, keep my name out of your mouth. And then for me to be like, bro, you talked about me first, which is very, very true. He, after the Ben.
Now, Daniel Cormier is not opposed to fighting Jake Paul. He just doesn't want to box him. He wants to fight him in an MMA match and pretty much just destroy him.
Really want to fight me. Like, seriously, fight me. Fight me in mixed martial arts. And this is not going to be fun. I'm telling you right now, at 42 years old, bad back and everything, I'm going to torture him and I'm going to hurt him. I don't want to box him. I don't want to fight in a limited skill set of rules. You want to fight me, and you really want to fight me, fight me in a mixed martial arts competition. I'll go all the way back to 205, and I'm going to smash him, and I'm going to hurt him. And then he can go back to fighting these YouTube kids.
Now, Kamaru Usman sees this, and he's like, oh, nah, you're not going to be talking to DC, the Hall of Famer, the GOAT, the man who's put all this time and years into the UFC. Kamaru Usman says at the end of the day, that's Daniel Cormier, one of the best to do this, and Jake Paul needs to put some respect on his name when he speaks about DC. Usman said this to TMZ Sports. He says, they're not even in the same realm, so it's not something I would even entertain. I wouldn't allow DC to entertain that. DC, sit down. Let me take care of that for you. Let me take care of that. Jake Paul then goes on Twitter saying, challenge accepted. Usman, if your boss Dana gives you permission to box me and make more money than you ever have, let me know and we can lace them up. I promise it will be your biggest payday. Kamaru Usman responded saying, keep making your money, young man, and stay on that side. I ain't no Disney kid and I don't play fighting. And since we're talking about Jake Paul, we might as well talk about this tweet that he put out against Dana White. He says, Dana, you claimed you would bet $1 million on me losing. Instead of asking to train with Freddie Roach, gave him full access to UFC, PI, and he still got his ass handed to him. Seems like you are the real douche, not Ariel. In my third fight, I made more in total pay than any fighter in UFC history. Maybe it's time to pay your fighters their fair share. No wonder they all want to get into boxing. Dana, you say you make the fights fans want to see, so hurry up and make Jones versus Ngannou. Pay them their fair share. $10 million purse for each guy, plus pay-per-view. Why are UFC fighters so underpaid versus boxers? Why did I make more in my third fight than all but two, Khabib and Conor, UFC fighters have in history? I know why. And in other news, Jon Jones leaves his management that he's been with for 11 years. Jon Jones has often went out and said that he felt like he's been underpaid throughout his career. Who knows if this parting ways has to do with the fact that he feels like he's been managed poorly. Now, the management team is called First Round Management, ran by Maki Kawa and Abraham Kawa. The tweet says, after an 11-year journey as Jon Jones' management team, First Round Management and Bones have amicably decided to part ways. We are proud of him and the work we've done. We wish him the best going forward.